It's a perfect time and opportunity because the world's changed in the last, 6 years since Zero's awesome 2012 incarnation. And there's a lot of just, even the way the brothers are interacting with each other, it changes. They actually, they have devices. And we speak to that, and kids have changed, and the audience has changed, and it was time.
We wanted to do a series that reflected the world around us, and the modern times, the modern family. We wanted to do the siblings that reflected a very organic, natural kind of sibling rivalry. Even with April O'Neil, who's another member of the family. We want to do something just organic and reflective of today's day and age.
Yeah, and this rendition just feels hyper creative. It just feels so original. Even the villains, some characters have mystical abilities, and it's so fiercely original, which is great. But you still have so much of the classic turtle things, from pizza, things. I can keep going, but that bring in kind of the old Ninja Turtle fans. So. Well, I heard that they were, doing a new season of Ninja Turtles, and, I hadn't known how big it was going to be. Obviously, Ninja Turtles is a classic, legendary cartoon, so of course I'm going to want to be on it, but I didn't think in any way that I would, really get it, you know what I mean? It's Ninja Turtles, you know what I mean? So I was pretty blown away.
Casting April was actually the longest casting process that we went through. We knew we wanted her to have a certain strength and humor. We're treating her almost as a sister to the brothers, the fifth turtle, and finding that magic and that chemistry was a long process. And
definitely until we heard Kat and we were like,
cha-ching!
We'd almost given up doing the casting at that point, and we're going to go back to the beginning of, we had exhausted, so many actors at that point, and then Kat was one of the very last we heard, and we're like, that's it, that's our April. It just, everything clicked.
She had us laughing so much in her audition, and there was a fierceness and this strength that was there, which is that is April O'Neil.
My goal doing this show is really just to make them laugh on the other side. I don't want to move on, and I'll just keep going until I hear them laugh, and then we can move on to the next line. But until I get them to I can hear them laughing on the other side, then no, we're gonna keep going. You still have to know what the scene is and where you're coming from and what your objective is, and you still have to kind of have an overall idea of who you are, right? But my voice is similar, but a bit more high pitched. They've done a great job of kind of honing my skill in, because this is obviously these guys are way more advanced in this stuff than I am. I'm just kind of a rookie, so they've been kind of guiding me, which is amazing, because between them and Rob Paulson and Gene, I've been completely getting groomed to do this forever.
Our decision to go with 2D animation versus CG is that the previous version, 2012, that Nickelodeon had just put out, it wasn't CG, and we wanted to do something so decidedly different and step away from it. They did it great, but also the style we chose, the animation style of 2D, we were really pushing the European comics influence as well. So there's a lot of Francois, Gaston stuff in there. We're tapping this whole level of science fantasy that we think could only be produced in 2D. We're breaking the models in such a way and pushing the dynamic posing that really 2D lends itself to.
Yeah, we wanted to fully embrace the hand-drawn animation. We're huge fans of hand-drawn animation, and what is the digital pipeline for hand-drawn animation, and how can we combine not only these European sensibilities, but throw in a bit of Jack Davis, a bit of Jamie Hewlett, mixed in with some Studio Trigger from Japan, some Gainax from Japan, and and mix it all together to create something just we feel very fresh and original and different and has its own personality.
Sometimes as an actress, I'm just used to having a producer maybe not be around as much, right? You have like maybe the director or the writer, but the producers kind of just stay in their offices. Sometimes, you might have someone like for films, they stay on set a lot, but for TV, they kind of just aren't usually around. And these guys haven't missed one session I've done. They're just like the most amazing parents. They're just like rooting me on, and they don't miss a day. They don't miss a session. They don't miss a minute. They're there before I get there. They're there when I leave. And that kind of commitment, you want to work hard for these guys. You want to do the best you can do. And it's a collaboration. I mean, you feel it's a collaboration. I mean, we're all completely in sync with what we want to do, and there's never been a moment where it's like I want to try this and it's like, oh, that's not a good idea. Like they're just like, try it, do it, and we completely honestly, we just kind of agree on everything. And then they have some amazing ideas, and Rob has amazing ideas. It just all kind of worked. And I'm like waiting for the moment where I'm like, it can't be this perfect. Like they basically ruined me for any other animation because I'm just expecting everyone to be that amazing and talented and sweet and caring and thoughtful. Like it's just, I'm ruined. I'm ruined. I really lucked out with this team for sure. For sure.
The recording is the most fun part of our day.
Fun.
Like we look forward to that every week.
Yeah.
We go down because, again, we try to encourage that playfulness and the fun. So it is fun watching. I mean, these people, a talented voice cast is
amazing.
A personification of our turtles. They're the real life version of our brothers and sisters. So
Yeah.
we get to watch it and it happen in real life.
Yeah, we generally have about 3 read-throughs. So the first is on script, then we get coverage on that. But then the third one, we just encourage everybody to just have fun. If you've got an idea, play. If not, it's no worries.